Hey y'all, I am out of my DIY Frownies, and I told you the next time I made them that I would make a video of how I make my DIY facial patches. Um, and I honestly do think that they are working. I think that I probably had deeper lines than some people just from sun damage, and I think I'm a super expressive person, but I can definitely tell that it's working. It's just about consistency and doing it every night. In the past 2 months, I probably only missed 2 or 3 nights. So just if you keep doing it consistently, I do think that it is a great alternative to Botox. But anyways, the way that I make them is I just bought some unbleached butcher paper, a pretty big roll off of Amazon. And I just cut like a big sheet of it. So let me put my little kitchen towel over here. And I just probably cut just a nice rectangular size sheet. I'll show you, and I don't measure it or anything. This is about as much room as I have in my house to let it dry or out on my porch, but just like a size like, this big. And then I lay it on my counter, and I'll put the scissors on one side, the bowl that I'm gonna use on the other just to kind of hold it down. Once it gets wet, it'll stay held down. And then you can choose. I personally love the fact that our prebiotic Jerusalem artichoke organic powder that we put in the prebiotic deodorant that Purefill is making works great as an adhesive. It's actually super sticky and tacky when you mix it with water. Another one you could try though is the acacia powder. So both of these are inulin prebiotic powders. They're almost kind of like a xylitol in a way, but they're really healthy. They're better than xylitol. The research has been done, and I think it's a great alternative. You might even try allulose powder, which I have some of that, but this Jerusalem artichoke works perfect. And again, when I mix it with water, it makes like a really nice kind of paste. So what I do is I literally just take a bowl like this, and I just sprinkle some in. Probably like, for a paper like this, like a half a cup. So like a half a cup of this prebiotic powder. And I'll be right back and grab some water real quick. And I am going to put in just enough natural water. And let's just see, I don't even measure it. I just put enough in, and then let's see, I mix it to where it makes like a slurry and a paste. It looks kind of like glue. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna put a little bit more water, and I'll show you the consistency that I like to spread it on the paper. Just a little bit more. So it literally almost kind of looks like icing in a way. I don't know if you can see that. So it's not super thin, but it's not super thick. It just looks like a glue and a paste. And you can just, I don't even think it matters how thick or thin really it is. This might actually be a little too thick, and I might be able to get more out of it if I add a little bit more water. So let's just see. Mine have been super sticky. They don't come off at night. So basically, I think that this might be a little too watery actually. I'm gonna put a little bit more. Until you think it's a good glue consistency, really. Try it one more time. It smells sweet too. It's interesting. I'll have to tell you about this other thing that I made, a new prebiotic inulin of my own that I created from a crop that is ancient. And I've been working on it, and it smells so similar to this that it's just interesting to me. So this is about it. Just like a little glue paste. And basically I just do this. I just spread and cover the entire paper. And basically, once the paper is completely covered and saturated with this prebiotic paste adhesive, that's really natural and honestly probably amazing for your skin because it's got prebiotics in it. and you feel good that it's not just some adhesive that they're not disclosing what the ingredients are, you just let it dry. I like it dries really fast on the porch, so I put mine usually outside in the heat on the porch, and it dries within like an hour. And then basically what you're gonna do, I'm just gonna take a little break here because I'm just gonna keep spreading this, is I made like a template on some butcher paper of just some strips, and then you're just gonna cut out your strips once it's dried, and you really just make any shape you want. I have tried thinner strips, like this size, I've tried this size, and then I've cut them into different types of pieces. So I'll cut them into squares, and then I will make them into triangles. I have made them into this shape before. I personally think at this point, what works great for me are just small triangles to patch wherever I need them. And when they have the edge and the line, that's when sometimes I'll make, you can even cut them into like just strips without a triangle, and I'll do them on my mouth lines too. So again, I think this is the size that I end up just cutting them into triangles. And then I make patches. You get them wet with some rose water or water, and they just stick, and you make a patch on your face. And I think I've showed you that. And I will show you a before and after picture as well. So basically that's how I do it. And I will talk to you later.